2 weeks ago, I ranked the first level from every mainline Mario game, and believe it or not, this time around I'm gonna rank the final level from each mainline Mario game. You guys seem to really enjoy that video, so I thought why not do another one in the same style. I'll of course once again be using the list of mainline Mario games off of the Mario Wiki, with a few exceptions like Mario Maker 3DS and Yoshi's Island. Just to be 100% clear, this is not a ranking of each game's final boss, but instead the final level as a whole, including the boss. Don't worry, bosses definitely still do play a role in the ranking, but a lot less so than the level itself. Also, just like last time, I'll be separating the levels into different tiers just for a little bit of extra fun. Without any further ado, let's get right into every final level from every mainline Mario game, ranked. Kicking things off in F tier, we have number 24, Super Mario Sunshine's Corona Mountain. Super Mario Sunshine is far from a perfect game, but it's still a Mario game that I love. One part of the game that I'm not the biggest fan of though is almost all of Corona Mountain. The first little bit actually isn't the worst, as you have to tactically jump onto platforms that at certain points have spikes pop out of them. In between those, there's also more platforms that are covered in fire that you can dispel with FLUDD. Once you get past all of that though, things jump off a cliff. If you played this game before, you know how abysmal these boat controls are. You know, the whole thing wouldn't nearly be as frustrating if when you ever so slightly touch something, the boat sinks. Now maybe I'm just super impatient, but this section is just the worst. There's also 10 blue coins specifically in the boat section, so if you want to 100% the game, you gotta get all of them, which is so annoying. After finally ditching the boat, you can use the rocket nozzle to platform up some clouds and enter into the final Bowser fight. Okay, well maybe this level can be saved with a fun Bowser fight, right? I'm not sure what the consensus is on this fight, but I think it's probably the worst Bowser fight in the series. After we disturb his family vacation, Bowser will shoot bullet bills at us and breathe fire. While that's happening, we need to use the rocket nozzle to hit some super butt slams down on 5 different areas of the bathtub. Once that's done, Bowser is defeated and the final cutscene plays. While the cutscenes are awesome, the level itself is so tedious and awful. I've never met a single person who actually likes this place, but if you like it, then shame on you. I'm just kidding, please subscribe. Number 23, Super Mario Bros. 2 The Lost Levels 8-4. I mean, come on, you kinda had to expect the Lost Levels to place pretty low. I honestly don't want to put this level in F tier, but gosh, there's so much bad stuff here. I mean, just take a look at this first jump, it's awful. Oh, and can I interest you in another really awful jump? Don't worry, they're pretty much all over the place. The level as a whole is super Lost Levels feely, with those jumps and of course some random bloopers flying around in this normal castle area. The final Bowser fight of course works the same as always in these old games, so even that can't redeem this awful conclusion. Time to move away from F tier and onto C tier. Yes, I'm skipping D tier. We have number 22, Super Mario Run 6-4. I would like to take this moment to apologize to all the Super Mario Run community for not including it on the ranking every first level video. Please try to find it in your heart to forgive me for such an honest mistake. If you don't know because for some reason you haven't played this masterpiece, Mario runs on his own and you control if he jumps or not. In this final stage, you have an honestly pretty fun battle with Bowser and his clown car. He'll throw bombs at you and you can kick them right back at him. Of course, you hit him 3 times and that's the end of the game. It's not much, but it works super well for the game, even though the game isn't that great to begin with. Number 21, Super Mario Bros. 8-4. I know, this is surprisingly low, but trust me, there's so many cooler final levels. The very first final level isn't bad at all, it's just pretty standard stuff. The level actually repeats itself if you continue running, as you'll need to find the correct pipes to go down. If you actually know where to go, it's no problem, but if you're forgetful like me, it can be a pain. There's also a decent little water section for some reason, which I've always found super odd. And there is this one hammer bro right before the final Bowser fight that's honestly one of the toughest little guys in any game ever. Luckily for me though, I played this on Nintendo Switch Online, so anytime I died, I could just reset. $20 well spent. The final Bowser is also just the same old, and all in all, it's a pretty solid final level. I wish there was more indication to what pipe you need to go down for the opening bit, or maybe they could have just replaced it altogether, I don't know. Number 20, Super Mario Land 4-3. This is by far the weirdest level that we'll cover today because it's the only one where you aren't platforming. Instead, you're in a ship shooting balls at enemies and blocks. Around midway through the level, you enter a little maze-like area, but it's not too tough. Eventually, you'll reach the boss arena and fight the boss of this game, Tatanga. He's a pretty solid boss honestly, and is an interesting final one. Of course, once you defeat him, you get to save Daisy and get what I assume to be a nice little smooch. Super Mario Land is such a unique game, especially considering this final level. It's pretty fun, but I do miss the normal platforming that a final level would normally have. Number 19. Super Mario Land 2 Wario's Castle. I feel like this level isn't talked about nearly enough because boy is it challenging. Super Mario Land 2 is probably the most unique 2D Mario game, right up there with Mario Wonder. There's just so many cool places to explore and the level design is great. The final level though doesn't nearly have as much charm as a lot of the other locations in the game though. There's tons of tight jumps for you to make, and with how big everything is, not much fits on the screen. That's actually my biggest problem with the game, is that everything's just so big. It's super hard to know what's coming, and in such small areas like this, it makes things super difficult. Eventually, you'll get to the final boss of the castle, of course being Wario. He's an okay fight, as you just gotta jump on his head a bunch of times. After doing that for a bit, you transition into phase 2 where he uses the carrot to gain the powers of a bunny. For the third and final phase, Wario uses the fire flower, which of course allows him to shoot fireballs at us. You just gotta jump on his head a few more times and that's the end of Super Mario Land 2. I just have it down this low because I know they could have made such a better final level. With how unique the whole rest of the game is, Wario's Castle just feels super basic in comparison. It's not a bad level by any means, but one that I think can be improved upon. Number 18, Super Mario Maker 2, Meowser's Showdown. While I do really like Mario Maker 2 and its story mode, the final level isn't the greatest. What sucks most about it is that it uses the 3D world style, which is probably my least favorite game style. The only great thing about it is the Koopa Troopa car, which you get to use for quite a bit of the level. My least favorite part of the level by far is Meowser. He's just super inconsistent with what he does and makes designing levels around him so hard. The final actual fight with him though is decently fun, as you have to hit pow blocks at the right time to damage him. The level does a decent job showing off a lot of 3D World's elements. Even though it's not my favorite way to play Mario Maker 2, the developers did an alright job at showing off what the 3D World style has to offer in a solid enough finale. Number 17, New Super Mario Bros. U, The Final Battle. I'm a big fan of the New Super Mario series since that's what I grew up with, but honestly, New Super Mario Bros. U never really was my favorite. I like a lot of aspects of it, but the final level is far from my favorite in the game. The opening section of the level has you traverse through Bowser's castle while Bowser Jr. tries to attack you with his clown car. It honestly doesn't feel too threatening, and along the way there's a couple of star coins for you to nab. They aren't too out of the way, and eventually you'll reach a door taking you to a checkpoint right before the Bowser door. After going through a little hallway, Bowser will be in your sights, and just like so many previous Mario games, you can hit a switch on the other side, dropping Bowser into an endless pit. Surprise, surprise though, that isn't it for Bowser, as thanks to Kamek and Jr., Bowser grows to the size of Mongolia to have another fight with Mario. Jr. is also present for this fight, and just like before, he tries to attack you with his clown car. This time around though, you can actually hit him out of the clown car and then use it to damage Bowser. I just never really found this fight to be super difficult. I'm not saying that every Bowser fight needs to be Dark Souls level hard, but with how open this area is, it's pretty hard to actually get hit. Of course though, the game does still have one last very funny cutscene for you to watch. Overall, New Super Mario Bros. U has a fine final level, but one that gets lost in the shuffle with so many other great ones. Now we're moving on up to B tier with number 16, Super Mario Bros. 2 7-2. There's just something about Super Mario Bros. 2 that I've always loved. For the entirety of the level, you get to explore Wart's castle. It's very vertically based and there's some pretty fun bits here. Of course, there's also a little section where you have to bring a key to a locked door while being chased by some Phantos. Before you reach the end of the castle and fight King Wart, one of those birds that acts as a doorway through multiple levels comes alive and you have to fight it. Inside of the bird, you finally enter the King Wart boss fight. All you gotta do is throw vegetables into his mouth whenever it's opened. It's surprisingly satisfying to do, and after a little bit, Wart is defeated and the game is over. I just think in comparison to a lot of other levels in the game, the final castle isn't its best. I just didn't really get the magical vibe from this last level that the rest of the game gives me. Number 15, Super Mario Bros. 3 World 8 Bowser Castle. Now this feels like a true Bowser's Castle, but unfortunately, Mario 3 sucks! I'm kidding guys, I swear. My favorite part of this place though has gotta be all the Bowser statues that shoot lasers at you. The rest of the castle is just fine until you reach a door leading to Bowser. The Bowser fight itself involves Bowser pretty much defeating himself as he breaks away blocks in the arena with his butt slam. There's actually a secret second Bowser fight that you can reach using the P-Wing, where Bowser doesn't even shoot fire at you, making it a whole lot easier than it already is. If you love Mario 3, I can definitely see why you would place this higher, but come on, take those nostalgia glasses off and realize that this game is far from the best Mario game. Oh yeah, and the Bowser's Castle stage is whatever. Sorry, kinda went on a Mario 3 rant there. Number 14, Super Mario Maker 3DS World 18-8. Considering the fact that on the Every First Levels ranked video this game was in dead last, I'd say that this final level is a considerable improvement over its first. Unlike the first level, this one actually shows a lot more that the game has to offer. There's tons of simple but easy puzzles eventually leading you to a key. The level itself is decently long and it even has two bosses, one against Bowser Jr. and one against the big man himself, with both of them being in clown cars. For Bowser though, he's in a Fire Koopa clown car as is Mario. This is a super solid level, but I mean, it's just New Super Mario Bros. U on the 3DS at the end of the day. Now granted, the developers somehow made a way better finale than in New Super Mario Bros. U, but there's still definitely grounds for improvement here. Number 13, New Super Mario Bros. DS World 8 Bowser Castle. What makes this castle stand out from all the other final levels is its gimmick of turning some of the rooms upside down using a switch. There's also not really as many enemies in this place as you would normally expect. Don't worry, you'll still get some dry bones and thwomps, but you'll mainly be avoiding some fire throughout the level. I also just love the colors in this place. The dark purple and gray is a refreshing change from the gray and red that I'm used to in Bowser Castle levels. What I don't like though is the pick a path section towards the end. If you don't know what that is, there's normally 3 different pathways, and if you take the right one, you get to continue on through the level. These sections are mostly found in castles and are by far the worst part about them. Luckily, past that is the door leading us to Bowser Jr. as he resurrects his father. While the boss is slightly more entertaining with you having to beat Jr. and Bowser, all you gotta do is hit the button on the other side of the room to defeat them. I get that it's supposed to be a callback to the first game, but I mean, come on, maybe something a bit cooler here would have been nice. The next game in the New Super franchise did a great job with its final boss, so why couldn't this one have just been a bit more? Number 12, Bowser's Fury. Technically, there's not a traditional final level in this game, but I decided to count the whole final Fury Bowser and Bowser encounters. While the Fury Bowser encounter is like all the others in the game, it's still fun this time around. If you don't know, after getting the Giga Bell and turning into Super Saiyan Cat Mario, you get to fight the big and mighty Fury Bowser. All you have to do in this fight is figure out ways to hit Bowser's belly, whether that be throwing spikes at him or scratching it. Even though these fights happen quite often, I find them all fun. Once Fury Bowser is defeated for the final time, we get to fight the one and only, real Bowser. For this final encounter, you get to ride on Plessie as you try and claim the 3 Giga Bells for yourself. You don't really fight Bowser per se, rather you just avoid all of his attacks. Some of his attacks are actually pretty challenging to dodge, but nonetheless, after finally getting the Giga Bells, you get the awesome visual of Mario and Plessie crushing Bowser. While these 2 fights are just kinda hype moments in aura, they do such a great job at that. I mean, this game as a whole was pretty hard to rank, so I think putting it close to the middle just seemed like the best choice. Number 11, Super Mario World Bowser's Castle. What makes this level so good is that the level is super replayable. There are 8 total doors taking you to 8 different rooms. There's 4 in the first half and 4 in the second half, and you get to pick a door in each half. Each of the rooms have their own challenges, whether it be climbing all over a chain wall while dodging Koopas, or traversing a dark room with only a spotlight on Mario. The final battle with Bowser is also a lot different than normal. Bowser rides around in his clown car throwing Mecha Koopas at you. What you need to do is use those Mecha Koopas to hit Bowser by throwing them up in the air. In between hits, Bowser will shoot some fire onto the battlefield and even drop giant balls from his clown car. Seriously though, how does he keep those in there? He'll even just bounce his clown car on the arena. While I do find the fight to be fun, it doesn't feel like what I'd expect to be the final boss. The boss unfortunately does keep this level from being an A tier, even though I really like it. There's just something about it that doesn't give off that final boss feel. Still though, the level is really good and a fitting end to Super Mario World. Time to move on over to A tier with number 10, Yoshi's Island World 6-8, King Bowser's Castle. Just like in Super Mario World, there's a bunch of doors that you get to go through, but this time you have to go through all of them. Before that though, we actually get a fun little section where you get to fly around as Yoshi while dodging a bunch of dead birds. When inside the castle, there's 4 doors spinning in a circle. If you throw an egg at one of the doors, it'll drop and allow you to enter it. Each of these rooms are super different, with each of them having a completely different backdrop. Once all 4 doors are finally done, you have to take a long hallway and then you'll reach Baby Bowser's boss room. The initial fight with him is super simple, as you just have to ground pound the floor at the right time to hit him. I still find it fun, but what's next really makes this boss fight great. Using Kamek's magic, Baby Bowser grows to the size of your average Wingstop customer as he spits fireballs at you from the background. There will be these giant eggs that you can get on the battlefield, and you'll have to launch them to Bowser in the background. After doing that for a bit, Baby Bowser is defeated and the game is finished. This is such an amazing level to end off on. Yoshi's Island is already one of my favorite 2D platformers, and King Bowser's Castle is a phenomenal closer to this amazing game. Number 9, Super Mario Wonder, The Final Battle, Bowser's Rage Stage. I've said it once and I'll say it again, Mario Wonder is by far the most unique Mario game and the final level is no different. While the actual level portion is an auto-scroller, there's so much going on that I don't even mind it. This whole section pretty much just combines a ton of wonder effects from all the levels in the game. You got your singing piranha plants and of course your King Boos. There's just everything here and it fits so perfectly. Of course though, after you get past all the fun shenanigans, it's time to fight Bowser and he's looking a little different here. Even though the Mario Wonder boss roster isn't the greatest before its DLC, I actually really like this final boss. Underneath Bowser is a button that you need to hit in order to damage him. The way you get up there is by jumping in time with the music. Doing so launches you up super high. Of course, during this, Bowser will also shoot a bunch of fire at you, and in later phases, the arena changes up to make it harder to hit him. My only problem with the boss is that he might just go on a bit too long. It's not a huge gripe I have, but the only one I can even come up with. For the last hit of the boss, you'll need to climb the arena to hit a button on top of Bowser's head to defeat him. Bowser's Rage stage is an elite Mario Wonder level that perfectly encapsulates what the game is all about. Number 8, Super Mario 3D Land, World 8 Castle. This is for that one guy in the other video who for some reason didn't think I ranked 3D Land. Now this castle is split up into 2 parts, and I'll only be covering the second part just so people don't whine at me. The first portion of the level is kind of an auto-scroller with you having to ride this bone raft while dodging a bunch of fire. There's also some star medals for you to collect along the way. Past that are a couple of cannons to take us all the way up to Bowser. Now this Bowser fight is one of my favorites and a kinda underrated one in my opinion. You don't really fight him, but instead you run through the level while avoiding Bowser's attacks. It's quite a long section, but eventually you'll be able to hit a switch dropping Bowser into some lava and saving the princess. Except it's not quite over yet because Bowser is back, baby, woo! It's okay though, because after one final stretch you'll hit the last button, I swear this time. With how simple 3D Land is, I'm surprised that they went all out for this final encounter with Bowser. Number 7, Super Mario 64/64DS, Bowser in the Sky. Mario 64 sucks! Just kidding. I got you, didn't I? I'm not really counting the red coin mission in this level, but it's there if you like it. Bowser in the Sky is just one big obstacle course to get up to Bowser, which I guess you can kinda say about most of these levels. I mean, a lot of the level is just kinda random stuff thrown together, but since it's Mario 64, it works. The main reason this level is placed so high is because of the absolutely amazing Bowser fight. Mario 64 might have my favorite Bowser fight in the whole series. You gotta run circles around Bowser, eventually grabbing his tail. Then you have to spin him around and so elongate Bowser him into one of the bombs on the side of the arena. Before the last hit, Bowser makes the arena super small, making it a bit harder to get the final hit. I mean, this final level is just an absolute classic. If the whole actual level portion was a bit better structured, then this could have easily been an S tier and maybe even number 1. Number 6, New Super Mario Bros. 2, World 6, Bowser Castle. In my opinion, this is one of the most underrated Bowser castles in the Mario series. Things start out normal enough, of course with you dodging fire, killing dry bones, you know, the usual, but you'll eventually go through a door and enter into a little snake block section with rising lava in the room. Through another door, we come across the cool part of the level. In this bit, the Koopalings are in the background and they send out flashing light at different intervals. If you're caught in the light, you get stunned, and there's some parts in here that are actually a bit stressful. Past that, in another hallway, we reach Bowser, and just like so many times before, we need to hit a switch on the other side to beat him. I do like that this time around they actually brought back Bowser's hammer throwing, but nonetheless, after dropping Bowser, we 100% really do save the day, I swear. Just kidding though, because with the power of the Koopalings, Bowser grows really big as the true final boss begins. What you gotta do is stand on these rising bone platforms while Bowser tries to swipe Mario to death from the background. After tons of climbing, we can hit one final switch and save Princess Peach. This level just has it all. While I do agree that the new Super Series definitely got stale, it's stages like these that make me love these games. Number 5, Super Mario 3D World, World Bowser Castle, The Great Tower of Bowserland. I mean, World Bowser in its entirety is awesome, so believe it or not, the final level is too. I mean, the atmosphere in this place is top notch with you being super high up in the sky. Like almost all Mario games, there's collectibles, with the ones in these games being green stars and stamps. I think they're super good in this level, especially the one where you have to defeat a bunch of bullies on a Ferris wheel. Everything of course leads up to the Bowser fight where he turns into a cute little kitty. We then go through an auto-scroller as we climb up this super tall building with Cat Bowser trying to knock us off. As the climb progresses, Bowser will use the double cherry power-up to multiply himself. Things get super tense when there's like a billion Bowsers on your screen. At the tippy top of the tower is a POW block that when hit a few times defeats Bowser and saves the Sprixie princesses. I mean, there's just so much charm in this last level. 3D World is a whimsical journey and it's such an amazing ending. We've reached the final tier of the video being S tier, which is just the cream of the crop in terms of Mario's final levels. Number 4, Super Mario Galaxy 2, Bowser's Galaxy Generator. Ooh, look at me, I'm JICBean, I just put Galaxy 2 in S tier all the time because it's my favorite game. Shut up, this level is awesome and no one can tell me otherwise. There's so much in this level, from gliding down some lava on a flower, dodging bonsai bills while drilling into the ground, getting to use the cloud flower, and multiple Yoshi sections. This is truly the culmination of everything that you've learned throughout the game. The only issue that and I assume most people have with this level is the final Bowser fight. The first 2 phases are pretty standard stuff for Galaxy 2. All you gotta do is hit Bowser with some asteroids while avoiding his attacks. After Bowser is seemingly defeated, you can try to grab the final Grand Star, but you'll get sent into the third and final phase. It's super epic with one of the best pieces of music in all of gaming accompanying the fight. Now you may be asking yourself, why does this suck? And it's over. Yeah, the final fight just does not last as long as you want it to. Bowser's Galaxy Generator would easily be number 1 if that section went a bit longer. Still though, it's one of the best levels in Galaxy 2 and a phenomenal final level. Number 3, Super Mario Odyssey, The Moon Kingdom. I kinda feel a little guilty including pretty much the entirety of your first visit to the Moon Kingdom here, but I didn't know what else to do. After you run around the Moon Kingdom for a bit, you'll eventually come across a hole taking you to an underground cavern filled with lava. I mean, there's just so much to do down here. You get to capture a whole bunch of different enemies and do so many different things with them. Like a lot of these higher placing levels, it does a great job at testing you on everything you've learned. At the end of this underground section is a boss refight against Madame Brutal, and it's pretty solid. You have to hit the hats off her Chain Chomp in order to capture it and smack her in the face. Once she's defeated, we can make our way up to the church where Bowser's just seconds away from marrying Peach. Now this next Bowser boss fight is pretty great, but I wish it was a little different from previous ones in the game. You have to steal Bowser's hat and then hit him with it. After doing that a few times, Bowser is defeated, but that's not the end of this level. What really makes the Moon Kingdom stand out is that for the last little bit of it, you actually get to play as Bowser as the cavern starts to cave in. It still feels surreal playing as Bowser in a mainline Mario game, especially in such an epic setting. Towards the end, you have to knock down a few pillars that reveal a pylon for us to take to get out of here. I remember playing through this for the very first time and being absolutely amazed with it. Mario Odyssey is easily a top 3 Mario game, so it having one of the top 3 final Mario levels makes perfect sense. Number 2, Super Mario Galaxy, Bowser's Galaxy Reactor. Now this is a cinematic masterpiece. While most of the levels before on the ranking have been the ultimate tests of what you've learned, Galaxy 1's final level throws so many new ideas at you. You go from planet to planet doing all sorts of things, with each planet looking vastly different. Of course though, it all leads up to a Bowser fight, and what an awesome one it is. This fight is fought on 3 different planets with 3 different phases. On the first planet, Bowser will roll around in a rock and you have to hit Bowser's head. When you do so, he'll spin around the planet a bit and you'll have to hit him again. For the second phase, you'll have to hit Bowser with a rubbery bulb and then hit him with a normal spin attack. The third and final phase is like previous Bowser fights in the game, with you having to get Bowser to burn his tail so you can attack him. All in all, it's a great final boss, but what puts this game over Odyssey is the ending cutscene. Bowser kinda messes everything up and creates a black hole. All is seemingly lost, but in a scene that makes me cry every time, the Luma sacrificed himself to save the world. Bowser's Galaxy Reactor is an elite experience. Mario Galaxy always gets praised for its story, and what a roller coaster ride its final level is. And the very best final level in all of mainline Mario, at number 1 we have New Super Mario Bros. Wii World 8 Bowser Castle. This is not my New Super Mario Bros. Bias showing, I swear. The level is just amazing and one of the best levels in the entire Mario series. The first section of this castle has you run through and dodge a bunch of different fire things like lava bubbles and fire bars. After taking a pipe, we have a little section where there's these bone platforms that start to fall when stepped on and some lava that's lowering in the room. If you aren't careful, this part can get really difficult, and of course there's some star coins to get along the way. But now it's time for the final Bowser, and just like before, you have to hit a switch on the other side to send Bowser to his doom. Yay, Peach is saved! Wait, that's not Peach. Ah! Bowser's big now! This fight with Bowser is amazing, as you gotta avoid the fireballs he shoots at you, which then open up more of the stage. It is my personal favorite Bowser fight and makes for such an epic conclusion. I remember when this game first came out when I was a little boy, and I was struggling like crazy on this level. Luckily though, my dad was able to clutch up and beat it for me like the epic gamer he is. The propeller mushroom also makes this stage so much more fun. It allows you to test out some of the riskier jumps that are just so satisfying to pull off. This is easily the best Bowser's Castle and best final level out of any Mario game. Well, there you go. There's every final level from every mainline Mario game ranked. I really enjoy doing this kind of video style, and you guys seem to enjoy it, so if you got any other ideas similar to this, then let me know down in the comments. Also, you made it this far in the video, you might as well subscribe. Sorry that this video came out a bit later than I intended, but I wanted to make sure that this video was the best it could be. I just need to thank you guys so much for the support, especially on the last Mario video. It blew up way more than I could have imagined, and welcome to all the new people who have subscribed to the channel. As always though, I gotta give a special shout out to Alice in Elden Ring. Alright, that's gonna do it for me. Have a phenomenal rest of your day, and we'll be seeing ya.